Okay, great. All right, so welcome everyone to our Monday night phototherapy patch Zoom call. And we are here to talk about amazing phototherapy patch technology. Got a couple more people popping in. Okay. And hello, Deborah. Hello, Ms. Ella.
Hi, Lemuria.
All right. So anyway, we're here to talk about this amazing phototherapy patch technology that we all have been using for various amounts of time. And before I get into the details and information and explanation about what this amazing technology is all about, let me just say, as a disclaimer, that everything that we're presenting here today is for educational purposes. This information is not intended to treat or diagnose or cure, any kind of, diseases or any kind of medical conditions. So we just want you to know that this is for information purposes. And if you have any questions after this presentation as to whether or not you should use this technology, you can consult your medical professional. Okay, with that being said, we're going to just dive into it. So,
Lemuria, just to let you know, you're a little harder to hear than usual. So if you can somehow just speak up or something, that would help.
can the rest of you hear me?
I hear you.
Like Susan, if you could speak up a little bit more would be great.
You want guys shoes on yourself?
Yeah.
She talking?
Okay, so Susan, you can't hear me. Who else can't hear me?
Well, I can hear
Better
you, but
now.
it's just, it was a little softer than usual.
Okay, I'll do my best to speak up a little bit louder. Okay, so we're here to talk about this amazing technology. And if you've got background conversations, if you could just mute yourself, that would be awesome. And so we're here to talk about this amazing patch called the X39 stem cell activation patch. This is the sleeve that it comes in, and it looks like this little Band-Aid of a patch. Now, this is a technology that is created by a company called LifeWave, by a inventor, our CEO actually, and founder of LifeWave and inventor of this whole patch technology that LifeWave makes. And this patch is based on a technology that's called photobiomodulation. And that just means that it works on light therapy. And light therapy has been around, one could say it's always been around, because when we think about the sun and when we go out in the sun sends a beam of light to our bodies through our skin, and it activates different biological functions in the body. It helps us to produce vitamin D. Without the sun sending light to our bodies, that's the signal that we get to start making vitamin D. So that's a form of light therapy, an ancient form of light therapy. Also, that same sunlight, at a different frequency is helpful for men in producing more testosterone. And, we also produce melanin in our skin when we go out in the sun. So light therapy has a multitude benefits, and we're discovering new benefits of light therapy every day. But this form of light therapy called photobiomodulation has been around for decades. And what this photobiomodulation does is it uses different frequencies of light to stimulate the body to heal in a variety of ways. And we know that maybe you know that infrared saunas are a form of light therapy. I'm a skincare therapist, and we use blue light and red light therapy and healing, the skin. And so there's a lot of different ways that light therapy is used. Now we are seeing, much more sophisticated ways. And this is one of those very sophisticated ways that light therapy is used. This little patch is actually using a crystal technology. Organic crystals are at the center of this little patch. So there's no stem cells in it whatsoever. It is simply using frequency impregnated organic crystals to activate what your body naturally produces. The X39, what it does is that it's activated by heat. So when we put this patch on the skin, put it over there, when it goes on the skin, the body's heat in the form of light activates the patch. And the patch in turn sends a light wave, the crystals in this patch, the nanocrystals, because you can't really see them. They're definitely nanocrystals. And they send a light wave back into the skin that activates a master peptide called GHK copper peptide. It's actually called GHK, and the CU is short for copper, because once it's in the body, once it activates this master peptide, GHK, in the body, it actually bonds with copper to become GHKCU. Just a little bit of chemistry that is probably more information than you need right now. But this peptide is a master peptide that the body naturally makes. And it is responsible for some amazing things. I mean, you can go on PubMed and you can pull up at least 130 plus different studies that have been made and on the effects of GHK, copper peptide. And this peptide was discovered back in the 70s. And it's, we've known for a very long time about the benefits of this peptide. But it has never, ever been used. There's never been a technology that has ever been created that actually activates this master signaling molecule in the body so that it can turn on gene expression, which is one of the major things that it does. It turns on genes that are the genes that we want to turn on. There's gene expression that we want to turn on, and there's gene expression that we want to turn off. And this master modulator is responsible for the modulation or for moderating gene expression. So it turns on more than it modulates more than 4,000 of or 1/3 of our gene expression. And it also is very responsible for turning on our body's stem cells, which is a major responsibility. It actually calls up, when we activate this peptide, it calls up the body to start making more stem cells. And this, in turn, causes the body to start producing what we call pluripotent stem cells, or stem cells that can differentiate and become any kind of a cell. So if you know anything about stem cells, or if you don't know anything about stem cells, well, just, a little bit of information about them. It's certainly the cutting edge of regenerative science. Stem cells, this science of stem cell technology is on the cutting edge. Science is looking for stem cells to be the answer to just about, everything that the body needs in the future for health and healing. So we're sort of at the beginning of this technology, even though stem cell research has been around for a little while, it's still very, very young. And people, you may have experienced this, or you may know people that have gotten stem cell injections. Stem cell injections are very expensive right now because it's still very cutting edge. People spend thousands of dollars for a single stem cell injection. And those stem cells can be harnessed in a number of different ways. But those, if those stem cells are taken from your body, it can be very, very invasive. It can be taken from bone marrow or from blood cells, but the process is very expensive. It does not have a 100% success rate. It can have as low as a 30% success rate, and it's super, super expensive. So, and it may not work at all. So this is a time period where, having this amazing patch come out where we're actually activating our own stem cells in a very natural way is really quite extraordinary, because this is a very safe and effective way to just activate your body's stem cell, to get your body to do what it naturally does without any drugs, no supplements. There's nothing going into the skin. There's no stem cells on this patch. There's, there's nothing invasive about this. It's just simply putting a little patch onto the skin, wearing it for up to 12 hours, taking it off, throwing away, giving your body a 12-hour break. And then the next day, you just reach into this little sleeve and you grab another patch and you just pull off this little backing here and you put it on and you wear it for another 12 hours. And that's it. You do that every single day. And the more you do that, the more your body starts to activate its army of stem cells. So within the first, studies show, within the first 24 to 48 hours of wearing this patch, your stem cell production is already up by 40%, which is extraordinary. And a lot of people, which we call one patch wonders, put this patch on and, within the first moment, sometimes the first seconds of putting this patch on, or the first day of wearing this patch, they already are noticing, significant changes going on in their body in terms of healing. So this is a one-of-a-kind technology. There's nothing on the planet like it. This is a patented technology also. So nobody can come along and just duplicate it or copy it. And this is a technology that is proven to work. And we all know that because we've all been using this technology, and we all have. Every single person on this call who's been wearing the patch has some kind of a testimonial. So we want to share those testimonials with you. We also want to answer any questions that you might have. And we really want to open it up for some testimonial shares, and then we'll go into a Q&A. And we'd like to hear
You want to
from
share anything?
guests that are on the call.
Let me get these out of our.
Lucy,
Well-
can you mute yourself, Lucy?
I'm sorry.
Okay. All right. So, hey, Miss Ella, would you like to share a testimonial? You want to unmute yourself. Yeah, unmute yourself. Having a hard time unmuting?
Yes,
There you go.
okay.
All right.
All right, thank you, Miss Lemuria.
You're welcome.
So, I was introduced to the patch near the end of last October and started using them in November. And at the time, I was having quite a bit of body stress, body pain that I had for a very long time. I had some joint issues going on. I had a right total shoulder replacement in 2021. 2022, I had total right knee replacement. And I had an injury that really affected my neck, shoulders, and my left side. But I started using the X39 patch. And I think for me, it was about within the third or fourth month because for me, every step that I took for a very, very, very long time, I was uncomfortable. My body was in pain and I had not been diagnosed with anything so I started using the patches, and about 3-4 months in, I just woke up one day and started moving. And at some point it dawned on me that I was taking step after step after step, and I wasn't hurting. I still had the joint issues going on, but just all over body discomfort, it was gone. And I don't have that all over body discomfort anymore. So I understand that the patches are basically different for everyone, just like we all are different in every kind of way. So I encourage anyone who is just now considering to use the patch to take it on, and you just watch, and eventually you'll have a story to share, because I use the patches every day, and I know that the joint issues that I still have going on, I'm going to wake up one day and they're going to be gone too. So I'll really have a story to tell and share when that time comes. But I'm excited about the patches. I've shared the patches with other people, and I have friends has them on. I have a friend who has these patches on her 2 aunts. And she's not here to say her story, but 96 and 94, they're still driving, and they will not let their patches get out. So we have testimonies. Thank you.
So there's a 96 and a 94-year-old who are patching, and they would not even dream of not patching.
That is correct. They patch each other. They live in the same house. But my friend, Miss Kathleen, makes sure that they have their patches every day, every month. And they've been using the patches since, I think it's January.
It's awesome. And your testimony when you started was that you were also on a cane.
Oh yeah, I was on a cane. I forgot that part, because right now my left knee, occasionally I'll take a step and it wants to not walk. So I have been recently using the cane again, just because I don't know when the knee is not going to cooperate with me. I don't use it around the house, And oftentimes, like I had physical therapy today for my shoulder. I walked out and forgot it, and they caught up with me and they were like, Miss Ellen, doesn't this belong to you? And I said, it does. It's just for safety precaution. But yes, I was on a cane when I started with the patches and had been for quite a while. I had for years, I've gotten injections in my knees because I was trying to avoid the surgery. And I do know that I'm not, for this left knee, even though it's trying to act up a little bit, I'm not getting surgery on my left knee. I'm going to allow the X39 to do its job, and I'm not going to need surgery for my knee. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Right on, right on. Thank you. It's awesome. So, Dolores.
Thank you, because you know, I have a new one. I'm just, I just love the impact of these patches on my life. And I was going to share a story right now that involves somebody else. And as I was thinking about it, I thought, well, wait a minute, why are you going to share that when yesterday, must have been mid-afternoon, I noticed that my right ankle was swollen. And it's not usually swelling. I think the only other time that happened was maybe 5 or 6 years ago when I twisted my ankle. But I don't know what prompted this yesterday, but it was very swollen. And Linda, who I see is on tonight, was there, and I had her, you know, just touch this ankle. Does it feel warmer on this side? What's going on? And we couldn't figure out if something had bitten me or whatever. Long story short, I said, well, why am I going through all of this? Just put an X39 on it. And I put it on the inside of this ankle, even though it was more swollen actually from the outer side. And we talked about it. And I think it was within an hour that there was a noticeable change. And then a couple of hours later, there was no swelling. And I actually flew from Orlando to Charlotte today. And that's when I understand a lot of people have swelling of their feet. I never had. And I don't have any swelling right now, even though I just rushed off the plane and over here to get on. And that's one thing. I mean, the only thing I can just say about this patch is that I expect miracles. And I mentioned Linda because I was with a family member of hers yesterday, and I patched him just knowing that it's good overall. I didn't know anything about what he was experiencing except some anxiety. And by the end of the day, he said, not only have I felt good all day, but I've been looking for the neuropathy that I usually get at the end of the day, and there's nothing. He said, I just feel good. And that was just one patch yesterday on the back of his neck about 10 o'clock, 10:30 in the morning. And before the end of the day, he was asking us, when are you going to sign me up? I just want to get, I need to have these patches. And I just am so thrilled. I run into these one patch wonders very often, even though there are people that I know who sometimes need more time before they notice something. But this was just awesome to me. So those are two stories I wanted to share with you all.
Yeah, that's awesome. The one patch wonders really, it's really, that's the miracle. I mean, it's all of the healing that takes place with these patches is, I think, miraculous. And my story I think is miraculous, even though my healing journey for what was going on with my body when I started patching was like a 4 to 5 month journey. But I felt like something was happening, and I had been in extraordinary back pain for so long. I just knew I was just going to keep going. I wasn't looking for an instant result because I knew that I had been in this pain for a long time. So, you know, if I got something really instantaneously, fine, but I was really committed to sticking with it because I knew that what happened with my injury and the pain that had pursued was not something that, you know, had just happened overnight. So I was willing to accept that, you know, I should give my body time. But it's really extraordinary when people put it on and have that one, what we call that one patch wonder, where they instantly get this, you know, the relief that they're looking for. And a lot of people report that with these patches. So yeah, it's very extraordinary. Anybody else want to share an experience? What about you, Susan?
Hi, I guess I could put my face on here. I just noticed something that happened yesterday. I've been on the patches for about 3 months and 3 weeks. And I've had quite a few different things happen right from the day one. I was the one patch wonder. But yesterday I was thinking, I don't have a pain in my left ankle anymore. And I injured it 25 years ago in a work comp case that was supposed to be permanent damage. And I struggled all these years to try to improve that ankle. And I got left with a cramping. It would hurt and it would cramp every time I tried to get out of a chair or out of the car or any kind of movement position. And it was so annoying because I thought if there was a fire in my apartment, I'd probably burn up because I can't get up and out of the chair to run or move. I can't run, but move until the cramp stops because it's such a severe cramp. How could I not notice for the last 3.5 months that that's gone? I guess with everything else that was happening and improving with me, it finally dawned on me, I can just get up out of the chair and walk. I don't have the cramping anymore and I don't have the pain. That's from a 25-year-old injury. So that's pretty remarkable.
It's very remarkable. Very subtle too, though, huh? I mean,
It was gradual. I guess at first it maybe was there and continued to get better until finally it was gone and I didn't even notice it until I realized I don't even have to think about that anymore.
yeah, that's amazing. 25-year-old injury.
Yeah. Pretty remarkable. I thought it was going to be for life, but no, it's gone.
Isn't that extraordinary that your body has the ability to heal itself if we give it what it needs, which is more stem cells, more younger and stem cells, more of an abundance of stem cells so that they can go wherever they need and heal whatever needs to be healed in the body, no matter how old that injury is, no matter how long things have been going on in the body, makes no difference.
It's pretty amazing. And that's not one of the reasons why I even got the patch, because I have other things that are more current and a little bit louder for me to deal with. And that's why I probably didn't notice it is I just figured that was just lifelong and I got used to it. But who knows what the body's going to pick and choose to correct at its own discretion.
That's right. That's a good point, that the body is going to send those stem cells where those stem cells are needed. And we may notice what's going on, we may not notice what's going on. But the stem cells are absolutely working. So, you know, and this is a great testimonial because it goes to show how subtle it can be, where you don't really necessarily feel anything that's going on, or it can be gradual, you know, downstepping of pain and discomfort and that sort of thing. And then one day you realize, wow, I haven't felt that. And that was my experience after 4 months of being in, well, after 3 years of being in pain and then being on the patch for 4 months, I woke up one day and I realized that pain is just gone. And I'm not
Yeah.
quite sure when it left, you know? I just
Yeah.
know that it's been gone for, I don't know how long. Just so subtle, I didn't even really realize that I'm not in pain anymore and I'm sleeping well.
That's fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. Hey, Lucy. Got a testimonial you want to share? And unmute yourself. You're muted.
Speak? Okay.
There you go.
Okay. Good.
There you
All
go.
right.
Right.
So my testimony is basically just recently I went for a lymphatic massage, and they did, before they could do everything, they needed me to weigh myself, and then I put my hands on this, I don't know, it was some system they had. And she tested what your vascular heart rate is. And I'm going to be 56 this week. And she's like, oh, your vascular heart rate is the age of a 50-year-old. And then she was checking my muscle mass stuff as well. And I was like, yay, it must have something to do with the patch, because a lot of times I don't see things, but when I go get my blood work, that's when the testimonies reveal themselves. Because I used to have Hashimoto's. Last time I went to get blood work, they said, I don't see anything showing that you had Hashimoto's. Everything must be reversed. And so I went, to a different place for blood work that I normally go. So she's like, are you sure you had? And I said, yeah, I had the T4s and the T3s. So I wasn't noticing anything on the patch visibly. But when I went to the doctors, that's when I saw things. So that's my testimony.
Yeah, awesome. And that's a good point. This technology is age reversing technology. And that's measurable with blood and urine tests. The clinical trials have shown that people, I think they tested people who were, because in these clinical trials, they love to work with 60, 70, and 80-year-olds, because that's the group that has lost the greatest amount of stem cells. Because remember, you lose stem cells with age. And by the time, typically people in their 60s and 70s, they don't have very many stem cells left, which is why a lot of times, the older we get, the more difficult it is to heal. But with this technology, as we start to really activate our stem cells in a big way, then what happens is, all of those aging stem cells actually become young again. And so biologically, the body starts to become young again, because all the tissues start to repair, the organs, the systems of the body start to repair, self-repair, which is totally extraordinary. And so people have been clinically shown, the tests have shown that they have actually age reversed by 8 and 10 years after being on the patch for less than a year. So this is definitely extraordinary age reversing technology. And as you start to turn back the hands of time, you start to notice things like people report gray hair going back to its original color, and skin toning and tightening and firming and looking younger. So many of us can look at pictures of ourselves, when we started and how we are now, and really start to notice age reversing benefits in this technology. Yes, Dolores.
Hey, I forgot another one, guys. I had to go through TSA today. Is that what it's called? Yeah, that's what it's called. So I'm going through there and putting my stuff up. And I don't know if you all know it, but if you're 75, you don't have to take your shoes off. And so this woman said to me, she's looking at my ID and, birthdays, all that stuff on there. And she looked at me and she said, "Oh, you don't, how old are you again?" And I told her, and she said, "Well, do you have any metal in your body or anything like that?" I said, "No, I am very healthy and I don't have any of that stuff," right? So she says, "Well, you need to go over to this line over on the far left." And there was nobody in that line. I went, I looked, and I thought, maybe I'm misunderstanding what she's saying. And a woman came up to the gate who obviously was uniformed in one of that. And she started to open the gate and she looked at me again and she said, "Are you younger than like 74?" And I said, "I'm 76." And she said, "Oh, okay, well, you can come through here. You don't have to take your shoes off or go over there." But she was trying to send me to the other line. And she said, "You don't look that age at all. And I wasn't going to let you go through here." She was going to make me take my shoes off, even though I had on sandals. It wouldn't have been a big deal today. But I was thrilled at that little interchange. And I'm just going to say that belief in miracles, as far as I'm concerned, it applies for everything. And so whether it's something that's a small little thing happening that's another foot forward, or in terms of age reversal, moving back. Anyway, as Miss Ella said, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. And it's happened more than once that I have been questioned about whether I didn't need to take my shoes off or not.
Age reversing technology. Who doesn't want to be younger, feel younger, look younger, have a youthful, vital body that's healthy and full of energy? Who doesn't want that, right? Who doesn't want to live this lifetime with a high level of health span from all the way to however long we are on this planet? There's no reason for us not to be in a state of optimum health. So I'm going to open the space up for Q&A. Anything that anybody has that they want to ask, inquire about, share. I'm going to open the space up for that right now. Anything? We've got Jay Smith, and is it Susan? Who's your guest? Maria? Is it? You're muted.
Oh, is she still on, Marie?
Marie, yeah, I think so. The 507 number. Is it a 507
Yes.
number? Yeah.
Yes. Hello, Marie.
He's muted and maybe doesn't know how to take that off.
Yeah, if you
Marie, do you know how to unmute yourself? Touch your screen, and then when you see the microphone on the left, unmute the mute.
Yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to unmute yourself and ask anything that you want. There's nothing that's that you can't ask about this technology. I think we talked about how it's worn. I can talk a little bit about how you get it. Basically, you want to get with the person that invited you to this Zoom call. And this is a very affordable technology. It's about the cost of $3 or $4 a day, less than a cup of Starbucks by all means. And it is what we call wearable light technology, which means every day you put on a patch, you wear it for up to 12 hours and you discard it, give your body a 12-hour break. It's important to really hydrate your body during the time that you're using these patches. Stem cells, and all cells want lots and lots of hydration. So drinking a lot of water and just really keeping your cells and your body properly hydrated is really, really important. We found that people who didn't really notice anything and wasn't sure if anything was happening. Sometimes there are people who do not drink enough water and tend to be dehydrated. So it's really important to really hydrate your body. Whatever amount of water you're drinking, if it's not enough, then just increase, your intake, and that can make all the difference. It also makes a lot of difference in terms of how much energy flow we feel in the body. So the water is really important.
I have something I'd like to share, if that's okay.
Sure.
You ready?
Yeah, go for it.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead. We're listening.
Okay, over the last month, I've had about 2 different, maybe 5 or 6 day periods of time when my patches wanted to just hop off all by themselves. Has anybody had that happen? Because all the rest of the time they stick like glue and I can barely get them off. And I thought maybe it had to do with the heat and maybe sweating, or perhaps it's because I was detoxifying. And those patches, a few of them, I'd find them on the floor or in my clothes, or had to look for them. One was on the bottom of my shoe. And once I found them, I just put them in my in my bra. So I wouldn't lose them again. But did anybody else have the release of some of the patches?
I think we can all say we've had those kind of experiences.
Okay. It surprised me because they usually stick so hard and so securely, and then all of a sudden, but it doesn't happen all the time, just every once in a while. So I think it has to do with detoxifying through my skin, and my skin just lets them go.
Yeah, we have one member of our group, Horace, who would, I think it was Horace, who would talk about the patch falling off, and he would say, okay, well, the patch is done. He put the patch on and he would say he didn't have to remember to take the patch off because the patch would just fall off on its own after a certain amount of time. And it seemed like
Well,
the
that's
patch would just fall off close to the amount of time he was supposed to be wearing it. So he would say the patch was just removing itself. It was falling off on its own. So
Well, it's nice to know what happens to other people too.
Well, the good thing is that you actually can, even if it does fall off, you actually can just go ahead and put it in your pocket. Because like David was saying, it doesn't have to be on you, just on near your skin. You can
That's
still have.
true. Yep, that's good.
So if it falls off a wee bit early, you can just pick it up and put it in your pocket or your bra.
Yeah. I figure I won't lose it once it's in my bra.
And it still
Probably
works.
not.
tell me your name again. We met at the convention.
My name is Chris.
I'm sorry.
My name is Chris.
Chris. Thanks, Chris. So Chris is this is the first time you've been on our call though, right?
Yeah, I think so. I've been on some other calls, but yeah.
Yeah, well, welcome. Yeah, it's good to have you. So we just had a 2-day convention in Tampa, Florida, over the last couple of days. And it was really a very thorough convention. I think there was a lot of information that was presented about the technology, about
Good information.
how to share this. one of the things about this company, LifeWave, is that not only did the founder and inventor David Schmidt create an amazing line of phototherapy patches that really activate all these different abilities for the body to heal itself, you know, more energy, more vitality, more, there's a patch that activates the body's most abundant antioxidant, glutathione. There's a carnosine patch, which is known to help repair DNA, among other things. There's a sleep patch. There's a patch for stress and inflammation, and so on. And so this company is an extraordinary company in terms of the technology that we all have access to and can share with others, but also it's
Also affordable.
It's affordable, absolutely. And it's also an extraordinary company for anyone who's interested in a side business, or anybody who is interested in health and wellness, who is interested in really working in this space of regenerative science, which is what this company is all about. And it's cutting edge. There, as I said earlier, there's nothing like it in the marketplace at all. So for anybody who's interested in a business opportunity, there's a lot of financial prosperity to be created in this business by sharing this technology. It is one of the most wonderful things that any of us can do to offer our friends and our family members, or just, you know, people that we meet in daily life, to share this technology with them, because we never know what somebody might be going through or what someone's family members might be going through. So this is an opportunity to really offer someone something that can be absolutely life-changing. And in return, this company very generously compensates its brand partners in amazing ways. I mean, I have never been involved in a multi-level marketing business like this, where I have, you know, financially been very, very blessed by being just sharing this technology with other people. It's not something that I've had to work really, really hard at, but I've certainly enjoyed really creating a lot of financial prosperity for myself and sharing it with other people. And a number of my friends and their friends and family members, you know, have gone on to really share this technology and also work as brand partners, distributors in this business, and have been able to enjoy the creation of more financial prosperity. So this company is really about not only healing, you know, and creating optimal health, but health is wealth and wealth is health. So, you know, we cover both of those spectrums in this business. And so we just want to let you know that there are opportunities to work within this business and really have a very successful side business, or whatever it is that you want. You can design this the way you want. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Does anybody have anything else that you want to share? Any Dolores you want to share? And I would like to hear from you and Lucy what your takeaways were from the convention.
Before I say something, I want
Linda
to
as well, if you're able to share also.
see that we have another guest on, Mike. I don't know if you want to share anything or ask a question, but if you know how to unmute the button, I'd like some, you know, catch up with you.
Hold on. Am I on mute now?
Yeah.
Yep,
hi.
you're unmuted. We hear you.
Oh, Yeah, I only used this for 2 days and I'm already feeling good. It's a good product, so I really want to have more of it. So my question is, how do I get more of this product? Because I suffer from neuropathy in my feet, and since I've been using the patch for the past 2 days, I haven't had no pain.
That's all.
I really want to
One
continue.
patch wonder.
Yeah, one patch wonder. Go get it. I tried everything. I tried to stay off my feet. I tried to do everything I could possibly do, but this patch, I get more energy at work, more energy, during the days. Like, I couldn't believe how much energy I had today. Like, I wanted to be on my feet. I was at work and my guy's like, he's like, why are you walking around? Why you got tennis shoes on? First of all, because I normally wear slides. My feet hurt so much. I take them. I don't want to wear shoes. And I actually had tennis shoes today. I was like, I feel like running just to see how my legs. I ain't feeling a part of my knees. None of that stuff.
Wow.
That's a really good patch. It's a good product. That's something I think can be pushed to people who suffer from what I suffer.
Yes,
Well,
thank you.
I just feel chills at a second day of your story like that. And as you know, we have been traveling today. And so I think Linda probably has it set up, or we will set it up that we can talk, this evening after this or tomorrow. But we're going to make sure that you have more than the sample that we gave you,
Right.
so that you can keep up with this. I'm so excited for you.
Yeah. This so far, this like the best thing ever, without taking medicine. So
Yeah, no
this
drugs.
actually got my body feeling good. I want to continue to use it.
Yay. Sign up tonight.
Yeah, so the process is just to get together with Linda and Valores, and they will sign you up as a preferred customer. Now, we have a preferred customer program where it's a one-time sign-up fee of $20, $19.95, and every month that the company ships you your X39 pack, the 30-day supply of X39, they are also going to send you some of the other patches for you to try. So you'll get a small 10-day supply of one of the other patches for you to try every single month. So that's really a valuable benefit, because those other patches are pretty amazing too. So you get to, play with those and see what you think about those other patches, and just
Cool.
what you like. So that's a really great program. The other program that we have is a brand partner distributor program where you can share this technology and you can actually earn commission. There's 4 different ways where you earn in this business, and it's as simple as just sharing it with people, just like we did with you, Mike, and just like everybody here experienced. Somebody had to share with us about this technology, and and we all basically went through the same process of getting signed up, either as a brand partner or a preferred customer, and we really
I definitely want to be a customer, because
Yes.
like when I'm saying I'm feeling good right now. Anything that make me feel better is good for me.
Wow, that's amazing. And I can only imagine, because yesterday, Mike and his wife Jennifer came from Orlando. They drove 2 hours to my place in Sarasota. They came to pick up Valores and Linda, and then turn around and go back. And I was thinking, wow, that's a long drive, right? To 2 hours up, 2 hours back without too much of a break. But I put a patch on Jennifer, but I was so glad, and I knew that Valores and Linda would make sure that you got patched as well. And
Yeah.
it's
She made sure
awesome.
I got patched. She said, just trust me. And I just, let her do her thing, and it actually was actually a good thing. So now I'm like really trying to keep them now, because the way I'm feeling is like, let's say, neuropathy is like, my feet hurt. I think when they hurt, they hurt. I don't want to be on them. I want to just chop them off and get some new feet. And I don't know where you can buy feet at. So, I'll be in so much pain, but I haven't had no pain today. Not at all. And I had like tons of energy. Tons of energy.
Wow.
Maybe back to my basketball days without pain.
That's the best testimonial here tonight, I have to say. And the great thing also about LifeWave is that they ship really, really quickly. So if your patches go out, let's say tomorrow, which would be Tuesday, usually in 3 to 4 days, your patches are sitting in your mailbox. So you get them really, really quickly. A lot of times I get my patches within 3 days. So
Okay.
there's not a lot of wait time waiting for your patches to show up. So that's the good news. All right.
Get back to you after this is over. If Linda has some time,
Yeah, we'll
maybe we
schedule
can
that.
stay on for a minute and discuss that. But I want to say that I was at the wrong airport this morning and I had to go to the other airport. So I've had quite an adventure today. But I'm not very tired, but we can always accommodate.
So what's your takeaway from the conference?
I'm sorry, I just had somebody interrupt me because they're actually leaving from watching over my mom after so can you ask Linda or Lucy and let me?
Lucy, what's your takeaway?
My takeaway was they really emphasized how important it is. If you're going to be in the business, you really need to make your job simple and duplicatable. And they just made it like we just help people become managers, 2 people on the left, 2 people on the right. And the other thing that they said is put people on auto ship. That's really important so that they don't run out of their patches, that they have them, and you don't make another job for yourself. You don't, and that really made sense to me because that's one thing that I'm weak at. When I sign people up, I don't put them on auto ship. You can always, a few people I put on auto ship, and I made sure to make note when it was going to ship to talk to them and say, hey, you're still interested in getting it. It's going to ship in a couple of days. Is that okay? And they say, yeah, sure. Let it go ahead. So it just made me realize it's really, really important to just put people on auto ship and not make your job harder or make yourself an employee of giving yourself another job.
I love
And
it.
yeah. And the dog,
Perfect.
that was cool.
Awesome. What about you, Chris? You want to give a quick takeaway?
My takeaway from the conference was it was pretty motivational, and it helped strengthen your belief in the patches to actually see doctors on the stage giving their testimonials from their practice and what they've done with their clients, and to hear them say that we've seen the results and like we're professionals and we're risking our integrity in our professional field to inform people that this works and this is good. And I mean, like, for me, that says a lot. Not that I trust all doctors, but for me, that still says a lot, and it shows a lot about the patches. And I always feel like if there's a way to improve your health, that I'm interested, and especially if it's affordable, and for how much technology is involved in the patch, and the fact that there's no other products out there like this that can do the same or reproduce the same results. for me, that's a win. And I think that other people should know about it. And it's just a big benefit that you can make money letting people know about it and build a team and just really supplement income or replace your income. So that's what I took from it. And so the convention was great for me.
Awesome. Linda, takeaway?
Oh, yes, I agree with Chris. What I took from it was the doctor's aspect because I am around doctors all the time. So just hearing them speak highly of the patch was really validating for me. But, you know, with Dolores and I, we go back so many years. And, you know, I'm a person who, yes, I'm open. And so I definitely am open to the possibility because I believe in miracles. And just seeing or knowing that it has no chemicals in it, you know, and exposing my daughter to these patches, you know, and her not having to take another pill or another shot is really is uplifting for me, and I'm really excited about it. I couldn't be happier that Mike is a one patch wonder because I am so pleased. You know, my family members, a lot of them will really benefit because there's a lot of pain in our family right now because of the aging process. And just to see and hear Mike, you know, testimony really motivate me to want to share with the rest of our family how, you know, this could help us move forward in a big way. Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank
You,
you.
you know, another thing that was really awesome about the convention is there were so many people that you could just bump into and just say, hey, how you doing? My name's Chris. And they'd be like, yeah, my name's Bob. And like, man, like these patches have done so much for me. One guy told me about how he and his wife flat out could see different changes in their body, like scars that were improving and becoming less of a blemish on their body. And his, who was it? Alan Belvis or something like that. He's Steve's cousin. And he was telling me that I bumped into him and he was talking to me. He was telling me how he's like a pastor, this, that, and the other, off topic. But he was saying that his wife had a lot more silver in her hair and her hair is starting to become darker. And they're starting to take pictures of each other just so that they can see that, hey, this has changed. This has changed.
Yeah.
And
Awesome.
there were so many people there. There was like,
Yeah.
this happened to me and this has happened to me. And so that's like, these people,
right?
these people are getting money to come up to you and tell you about the things that have changed in their life. Mike didn't get money to tell us how his feet feel better. He didn't get any money. There's no, I don't think he did. Did he get money for it? I feel better.
Well, I don't know how he received it, not from us.
Okay, folks, listen, it's 10 after, so we're gonna wrap this call up. And I want to thank everybody for coming on tonight. We had some amazing testimonials, amazing shares. And it's exciting to, you know, see,
Can I just say one thing?
Mike, get ready. We gotta go. We gotta go because I'm actually have an 8 o'clock call that I'm supposed to be on.
Okay.
Right? So I'm going to have to cut it because we're way over already. But thank you, everyone. You know, I think that we're here every Monday, same time, same station. And next week is going to be Dolores and Lucy.
Lucy.
Okay. Sounds good.
We'll pick it up then, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Okay, much love, everyone.
Bye. Good night.
More miracles, more miracles, more miracles.
More miracles.